I thoroughly enjoyed coming here today. I think the variety of work on offer is just amazing, and I just found the whole thing really thought-provoking. Thank you.
I'm Emily, and I thought it was very interesting.
What was your favourite piece?
I like the sculpture over there.
It's just really interesting how things can be changed, not even sort of consciously, but how you're able to edit things out, especially if they're painful memories. And you have to find a new language to express those memories, and maybe it's not as representational because it's too painful. It's too painful to...
Isn't that one of the points of making art?
Yeah, but it's a different language, isn't it? It's not a representational necessarily. It comes out of something much deeper, much rawer, a much rawer emotion, and perhaps the spoken word and actually even the visual is too raw. So you have to sort of search for another language. I mean, that's why I really like Roy's work about all those people who died in China. It's so moving.
Very moving.
And what more do you need to say? So there's beautiful little images, with a very sparse information, but it's a very moving, very, very moving piece of work.
I really enjoyed the exhibition. There seemed to be a theme of vascular dementia through many of the pieces, which is personal to me, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it and was very moved. Thank you.
An incredibly diverse array of works, and I particularly enjoyed the huge handmade map of Canterbury, which went into an incredible level of detail, which I found fascinating. But I just really enjoyed the way that the space was laid out and the fact that you've left the building in its sort of real state and allowed that to have its own character. So thank you.
Very engaging show, sort of reminder to tune into memories, and we've got some recollections here. We've got distress and recycling material. So for me, it's my kind of thing, really. I mean, we'll get caught up in this technology, and we don't have time. We don't really have time for memories. We just don't have time. So to come here and see this work. Great exhibition.
If you haven't been to see this show, you should come without delaying for one moment. It's a really remarkable collection of works, and it just shows the extraordinary richness that we have of artists working in Kent who have not just developed their own style and their own ways of working, but the confidence to come and put something in for a mixed show like this. Because I think if you work as an artist, it can be quite alarming to think that your inner works, your concepts and things are going to be judged by somebody. But the fact is, here is an amazing array of work: textiles, sculptures, paintings, photographs, maps. They're extraordinary. There's a little comment about each one, so you could get a bit of an insight into what people were thinking about. And they're all rather moving, actually. Some of them are very, very poignant. Some of them are very funny, and some of them make you want to rush home and have a go yourself. So it's a very inspiring show, and it's rich and meaningful. And we're just so lucky to have a venue like this, which I love, the Pie Factory. It's just such a great place, the gallery, but also such an amazing network of artists to spring off from. I think actually everybody's an artist. Everybody has memories. Everybody can make something. Everybody can express themselves. And just go. Take your children. That's the other thing.
My name's Ruth MacDonald. I'm a painter printmaker. I specialise in silkscreen prints, multi-layered, that I print in the print block in Whitstable, and etchings that I do from my studio in the middle of a wood. I'm really pleased to be exhibiting because it's very nice to participate in a show with such a broad range of thoughts, styles, ideas, media, and to look at how other people have interpreted the theme of memory. So when I read that memory was going to be the theme, I looked at the work I've already got and thought, no, that won't fit the purpose. But possibly I thought it wouldn't fit the purpose because I don't like to reveal too much about myself always. So I decided to do a piece on what people remember Margate about. And to most people, it's a day trip. It's the fun. When people didn't go abroad for their holidays, sometimes a week in Margate or even a day was their holiday. So I wanted to produce a piece of, it's a silkscreen print, that was evocative of a time gone by. And lots of people met the love of their life at Dreamland in Margate. So I wanted people to look at it and look as if they were looking at a memory or like a faded photograph. So I chose a map that was really old from the period of the 50s. I chose colours that were, to me, I wanted them to look like they were faded, as though it was an album that you were going through. And there were some ladies having a good time, waving, having fun. And it was a simpler time. It was a time when people enjoyed themselves and enjoyed very simple pursuits and pleasures, in a very different period from now. And somehow it epitomises what Margate's about. I wanted people to look and think, oh yes, I did that. I remember that. One of my pictures that I did about Margate was purchased for somebody for their parents' 50th wedding anniversary to remind them of the day they met Dreamland. And that's what I wanted to evoke.
I'm Sue Bridge. I'm an artist. Started painting with oils and canvas, but my work has now become involved with video, whereby I take my paintings and actually animate them into videos. And I entered 3 pieces into memory, and the one that was chosen was a childhood memory of my dad throwing me over his head on the grass as, a fun game. And because it was a repeated fun game, I animated the painting as a looping move where I run round, he throws me again and I run round, and I put an audio track to it just to add joy and laughter. And to have it chosen meant the world to me. So, and to see it in the gallery exhibited, it's fantastic, fantastic.
What do you think of the whole show, and see what other artists' interpretations are?
A huge variety, fantastic quality, draftsmanship, ingenuity, imagination. I think as you walk through, there's so much to see. There's a particularly moving painting that struck me on the first night. This artist, Stephanie Brunton, a really moving story behind her painting. But you need to come and see it yourself and read it.
Absolutely. Well. And you were looking at Roy Eastland's work.
I was looking at this with Roy, and he was explaining it to me. And another one that really moved me when I first saw it, about all these people that lived on this particular street and how he's recreated in their memory a little story about each of them and their histories. And they're exquisitely drawn. They're absolutely beautiful. Each little drawing, each portrait of this person that lost their lives. Deeply moving. And I was saying to him, how did he keep working on this? Because it affected me looking at it, and he did say he had to stop and start and come back to it. But it's beautifully presented as well. Loved it.
It's great to see a mixture of artists in one place, which is a regenerated Margate and a small artist village. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I'm at the Pie Factory with my family. We've come down from Faversham, and it's just fantastic to think that local art is represented in this way. So I've been around looking at the various bits of artwork, and it's made me reflect on my own memory, and especially I like the wording underneath some of the pictures. So, for example, it said about how memories bash into each other and splinter on one, and that's kind of resounding in my head. So that's what I think about today. It's great.
As I came in through the door, I actually got quite tearful, though, that I felt very touched by this sense of people showing their memories in this way. But as I walked round, and maybe it's to do with the building, I'm uncertain, but as I walked round, it was like it became just one mind, if you like, with its memories hanging on the walls so all can see. Whether this is because I've worked for years as a counsellor and a psychotherapist, I don't know. But it's like, because each one is, when I think of my own memories, it's almost like I have a gallery. I have a gallery, and an image will bring back a particular memory, a sound will bring back a particular memory, a colour, a smell, and so on, will go straight into a memory. And in a way, as you walk around and you see the different pictures, see the different colours, you're not just taken into the memory of the person who constructed it. It takes on a form of like a mind itself, with its memories out, waiting to be seen or touched once again. My creative part that's always been there was actually waking up, because I started having ideas. Okay, I didn't get around to doing it, but I will do. Whatever you've got coming next, I will do.